It was a blistering Tuesday night in Arizona, 118 degrees, and I'd just pulled into my driveway after a brutal 14-hour shift fixing AC units. I hadn't even shut off my work van when I heard it. Click. Steel handcuffs snapped around my wrists. 3 squad cars lit up my quiet street like a crime scene. And who was right there, phone in hand, recording every second? My neighbor, Brenda Kensington. She was grinning like she'd just caught a cartel boss. Behind her, the HOA board stood on my lawn, arms crossed, glaring at me like I was public enemy number 1. Brenda waved a pile of evidence in the air, shouting about thousands of dollars in unpaid HOA fines. But here's the kicker. Every so-called bill had her name printed on the originals. She was literally holding her own debts and trying to pin them on me. That was the night I realized I wasn't just dealing with a nosy neighbor. I was dealing with a con artist, and she had no idea the storm she'd just unleashed. Detective Rodriguez didn't mince words when I brought him the evidence. "Bring everything tomorrow," he said. "Every fake violation, every threat. We're opening a formal investigation." That night, I sat at my kitchen table under the glow of a desert sunset, stacking proof that could send Brenda straight to federal prison. The irony? She documented her own crimes so well that I didn't even need to build a case. She already had. By Wednesday, the detective's office smelled like burnt coffee and bad news. My friend Bob, a forensic accountant, spread spreadsheets across the desk showing fake fines traced over 14 months. 7 residents, $3,200 stolen, straight into Brenda's bank accounts. Rodriguez just shook his head. "That's nothing. Your neighbor's drowning in debt. Mortgage 4 months late, Mercedes about to be repossessed, credit cards maxed out. She's been paying her bills with your fake HOA fines." Then he dropped the bombshell. Brenda had been running this exact scam in another city for years, vanishing just before police closed in. Oh, and one more thing. She had a stolen USPS master key, meaning she was intercepting official HOA mail and replacing it with her own forgeries. Mail theft, wire fraud, identity theft. This wasn't HOA drama anymore. It was a federal crime. What followed looked less like a neighborhood dispute and more like a scene out of a Netflix crime series. We turned Janet Mueller's dining room into mission control, complete with color-coded folders, green for fake violations, red for threats, blue for financial crimes, and yellow for what Bob proudly called aggravated suburban terrorism. Federal prosecutors joined in, and the FBI called it a career-ending slam dunk. Brenda hadn't just scammed us, she'd targeted retirees, single parents, and anyone she thought wouldn't fight back. Classic predator behavior. By Saturday, Brenda knew the walls were closing in, and that's when she lost her mind. First, she vandalized Janet's house, eggs, spray paint, the works. Then she filed bogus CPS reports against Lisa, accusing her of neglect. By Sunday, she was blasting Facebook with insane conspiracy theories, accusing us of drug trafficking. Each desperate stunt only tightened the case against her. Rodriguez said it best. When criminals panic, they make mistakes. Big, prosecutable mistakes. And Brenda was making them faster than we could document them. By Sunday night, she crossed the final line, calling 911 to report a mass shooting at my address. Sirens screamed down my street. Officers searched my house for bodies. That didn't exist, that was it. At 2:23 a.m., federal agents swarmed Brenda's home. No sirens, no drama, just quiet efficiency. She came out screaming in a leopard print bathrobe, ranting about the Constitution while being loaded into a federal car. But the real shock came after investigators found laptops, fake IDs, and evidence tying her to HOA scams in 4 states. She'd stolen over $127,000 from 47 victims. Her first court appearance was brutal. The judge read off charges: wire fraud, mail fraud, conspiracy, identity theft. Bail denied. Weeks later, at a packed community meeting, FBI agents laid it all out. Brenda's crimes, her guilty plea, and her sentence: 8 years in federal prison, restitution to every victim, and a lifetime ban from HOAs. When marshals escorted her out, neighbors erupted in applause. I swear it sounded like thunder rolling across the Arizona desert. But here's the real ending. 6 months later, her house was sold to a young family. Kids played outside. Laughter replaced fear. Our neighborhood launched the Willowbrook Community Coalition, a resident-led oversight group that became a model across the state. We created fraud prevention protocols now used by HOAs everywhere. Lisa runs kids programs, Janet hosts community dinners, and Bob's Richardson protocol checklist has stopped thousands more in potential scams. Even lawmakers passed a bill inspired by our case. And me? My HVAC business grew. My personal life turned around, and for the first time in years, I can park my truck in the driveway without fear of a bogus fine. Brenda thought she could turn our neighborhood into her personal ATM. Instead, she built the case that destroyed her and created a movement that protects homeowners everywhere. And the best part, she never saw it coming. So what about you? Have you faced down your own nightmare neighbor or HOA horror story? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And trust me, you won't want to miss next week's story, because our new HOA president tried to embezzle the pool funds. And that one gets even crazier.